Welcome back to Adventures with Rosie, and welcome to part 2 of our West Coast adventure. Now if you missed part 1, I'm going to link it up the top here. It kind of fills you in on where we are, where we were for the last few days. A cool little campground called Gentle Annie. We made wood-fired pizzas, explored an old mine, heaps of fun stuff there. So link up there quickly. We are about to hook up and jump in the car and head further north to Karamea, about 20 minutes I think from here. So we'll catch up with you then. Alright, well that was an interesting little drive, a lot hillier than I was expecting. I thought it would be similar to going from Westport up to Gentle Annie where we were. We just followed the coastline up nice and flat, but that was like windy over the hills. Some pretty stunning views as well. We'll have to stop on the way back and get some snaps of the caravan. We have arrived in Karamea. We are staying at the village hotel, or just behind it. There is a car park. You can stay in here, big gravel lot, but it's $7 a night per adult, so nice and cheap, and you can use the hotel's showers, Wi-Fi, laundry, that sort of thing. So pretty nice little spot. There are some incredible caves and arches we're going to go and explore tomorrow. I got work in the morning tomorrow, but in the distance right there you see a big cell tower. So we're all the way up north here on the west coast, but we've still got 4G, which is pretty good. So yeah, I think the kids are sick of being in the car though. We're going to run around, check it out, have some dinner, and then tomorrow go and explore the area. Alright, another stunning, beautiful sunny day here in the west coast.
A little bit cold.
It's so fresh. We're actually standing in the shade telling you how sunny it is. Perfect. Today we're going on an adventure to...
Oparara Basin.
How's that pronunciation? I set her up because I can't roll my R's very well. It's about, what, 14 k's down a gravel road apparently?
Yeah, not a great gravel road. No caravans, motorhomes or buses coming down here.
Yeah. So one of those situations where we're pretty thankful we got a tow vehicle and a caravan rather than the old motorhome we had, because we wouldn't have been able to come to a place like this. So it's a combination of caves, arches, canyons, a whole bunch of things in the middle of nowhere. Let's check it out. So we just walked down this lovely path that's all man-made and lined with stones, marvelling at how easy going the path was, and then look what we came across. Stairs to nowhere. Well, it seems like there's just a small gnarly bit of the track there where you go up and over some rocks, and then we're back down onto a nice path again. Well, that's pretty cool, eh?
That was really neat.
Yeah. Well worth the gnarly path to get up there.
Yes. There's a whole bunch of other caves and arches in the area as well, so we're going to go check out another couple.
Yeah, there's a big arch here that's an hour 45 loop.
Yep.
We might come back another day and do that.
Yeah.
But there's a box cave and a maze apparently, so we'll go and let the kids have a run around. Apparently you can just drive up the road a bit and they're 5 minutes from the car park, so we'll go and check them out. Yeah. So one kind of interesting thing we've seen a lot on the west coast is this colour of the water. This kind of tea-coloured iced tea sort of colour water, not really what you think when you think of New Zealand and like backcountry New Zealand. Think of kind of pure crystal blue water, but this is actually caused by tannin leaching into the water, and tannin comes from leaves and foliage and trees that are composting, breaking down, they leak the tannin into the water, and that's what dyes it. So kind of a bit gross to look at because you think, oh, it'd be awesome to come up here and have a swim, but maybe not in that. Really foamy as well. Quite interesting. Okay, well it turns out I was completely wrong. There is no maze up here. There is a crazy paving cave where apparently the water has kind of eaten away at the cave floor and left some interesting patterns. So I probably put the Z from crazy, added some other letters and came up with maze. So no maze, but there's a couple caves up here we're going to check out and let the kids off the leash. Alright, it's pretty hard to see, but the floor in here is kind of like dried mud that's like 5-10 centimeters thick, and then it's all cracked up. Kind of reminds me of like fudge or something like that. Chocolate fudge. Alright, so this is the Box Canyon Cave. Pretty cool. Chelsea's not coming in because there's a sign that says there's giant spiders. We don't get a lot of poisonous spiders here in New Zealand though. Not like, you know, you Australians with your huntsman spiders and that sort of thing, but yeah. Lucky we bought the old headlamp though. We just won't look up. Very hard to see the scale of this place, but this would be easily 20-30 meters high and as far back as I can see. But it looks like it's got some water in the bottom, and I'm wearing sneakers. I thought I was prepared bringing a headlamp, but I'm wearing sneakers. So yeah, I don't think I'll go down.
The sign says that there's troglodytes in the cave, but it's just a joke. There's none in the cave.
Alright, we're about to get back on the road. We are heading up to Kōhaihai campsite, which is a dock campsite in the northernmost point of the west coast.
Yeah, it's pretty much as far as you can drive up this side of the west coast, and it's also the start of the Heaphy Track, one of the famous great walks in New Zealand. So we'll go and stay there for a couple of nights. We just went and had showers before we left. This place comes with a shower as well, which you can use, and how good was that?
Oh, not having to turn the water off halfway through your shower to save water.
I don't think I've showered that long since we've been on the road, right? We have 30-second showers in the back, maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I probably stood for 10 minutes under the water just warming up.
I came back from my shower and said to Bronson, right, it's time to go home to Tokyo. I've missed showers.
Yeah, so really nice. There is actually no water here, eh? It's kind of an odd place. There's a rubbish dump down the road, but it's only open 3 days a week. We've got rubbish coming out of our ears. We need to go and see if we can do some recycling there. No fresh water and no dump station at the moment.
There is a campground down the road, but it's actually closed for repairs at the moment. But that's the only dump station in the town, so
yeah.
I don't quite know what to do.
So the closest dump station was probably back in Gentle Annie where we were. That's 45 minutes. We're going another 45 minutes up the road. We've got a full cassette, but luckily we've got a spare, so it kind of limits our time up here a bit, eh?
It does, yeah, which is unfortunate because we would like to spend more time. But
yeah, sometime in the next couple of days we're going to hit tipping point of toilets and tanks full and no fresh water, so we'll see how we go. How's this for a campground? I know I've said that before. This one takes the cake, I think. Caravan there. Beach right here. There is one other person staying here. Other than that, we've got the place to ourselves. How good. This valley here is the start of the famous Heaphy Track. That's a great walk here in New Zealand, and from here you actually go up and over the national park all the way over to Golden Bay, which is a huge walk. It's like 4 or 5 days. You can mountain bike it at this time of year, which is pretty cool, in like 2 to 3 days, but we're not going to go near that just because we can't with children. But there is, just down in the valley at the start of the park here, there is a Nikau walk, and there's loads of Nikau palms in this area, I guess because it's quite warm and like almost tropical. So yeah, there's a 50-minute loop you can do there, there's a swing bridge, and that's like the start of the Heaphy Track. So we'll go do that tomorrow when we've got a bit more daylight, and yeah, just chill out this afternoon. Well, we had a pretty nice relaxing night last night. Pretty amazing hearing those waves pounding. This beach along here is wild, like it's really loud at night, but pretty stunning. Birds squawking in the morning, all that goodness. I know I said we were going to go and do the Nikau Palm walk today, but we're not. We're going to go back up to those arches where we were, because we missed one of the big arches there the Moria arch. There's also some sort of reflective lake or reflecting lake or something, I can't remember what it's called. It's an hour and a half loop walk, so we're going to go up there, strap the girls on our back, do that walk this afternoon, and then I think we'll do the Palms tomorrow. And I might also just pop the GoPro on the front of the car to show you how beautiful this coastal drive is here. This place is incredible. The big hills behind me, they're covered in palm trees and bush in the morning. It looked like we're in Hawaii or somewhere stunning like that. So I'll chuck the GoPro on and show you what it's all about. So as you guys saw, a pretty gnarly road to get up here. We've come up twice because we couldn't do all the walks in one day, basically, too much for us. But if you were coming up here, I would leave yourself enough time to do both the arches, the Moria arch and the Oparara arch. You probably need a couple hours all up to walk, but yeah, definitely just make that trip once. You would have seen as well that random cow in the middle of the road that the farmer had to go and rescue, so it took us a while to get up here. So access to the arch is apparently down through this cave. You up for it, Chelsea?
No.
She's shaking her head. There were some people here just before we came that told Harvey there's a troll here, so he's been on high alert looking out for the troll. How stunning is this place? We were just kind of saying on the way how lucky we are to be able to travel in New Zealand and, you know, and see places like this. There's literally one other car in the car park. We saw 3 other people on the track, and it's like, it's mind-blowing. Really fortunate to be able to travel at the moment.
Sorry, we just got interrupted on our walk back. Some people walked past and recognised Bronson and got very excited and gave him a very enthusiastic hug. So it was kind of nice. So hi if you're watching, I hope you enjoyed the cave.
I thought maybe she was a family friend I'd forgotten about or something. Friend of my mum's or something. That cave was awesome, eh? How cool was that arch?
Really
Nice. Well worth kind of that slippery rocks with the chain to get down in there for sure. Mind-blowing. Like I was saying earlier as well, is like those are the second group of people we've seen in an hour we've been here, so pretty fortunate, I think. There is a loop walk you can do, and that takes you up and over the arch, but from the looks of things you can't see much. It's also freezing in here. When we got here it was like 8 or 9 degrees Celsius, and it feels even colder now, so we're going to go back to the car and find some snacks. Alright, well it's our last day here in the Kohaihai campground. 2-day limit. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. I didn't actually show you guys the campground, sorry, but basically all it is there are 13 sites down here. You can book them online. I imagine in the peak season for the walking, these sites would get pretty busy. But yeah, gravel site like that. Some are bigger than others. Some have more of an ocean view. Some have higher trees and plants around them. You can tent on them as well, but yeah, you basically booked them online. We used our dock pass, so we didn't actually pay. Typically, I think it's $8 an adult a night. There are also toilets, flushing toilets. There's no water, no rubbish facilities on site. So pretty basic, but you do get full cell service. Well, not cell service. It's interesting because our phones don't have cell service, but our router does. So we've got full Wi-Fi. Must be a different SIM network. So yeah. Pretty grey and gloomy though today, to be honest. I think we were going to do that palm walk we talked about. We're actually going to go and do it now, and we kind of have been putting it off, and we thought we were getting sun today and it's grey and overcast. But a lot of you guys have said that the palm walk, the Nikau Palm loop you can do is well worth it. So yeah, we won't leave the area until we've done it. Another thing that's quite interesting up here is they say that you can't swim at the beach and you can't swim in this sort of tidal estuary here. This has some really strong undercurrents and the beach is wild. Like, it is so dumpy. You might have seen on some of our Instagram stories, it's a wild beach. So you kind of think, oh, we're going to come and stay right next to the beach, and then you can't really swim in it. And the sandflies here are incredible. We're all covered in bites. There's one on me right now biting me. Yeah, I'm doused in sandfly, you know, insect repellent, and still getting bitten. The girls have bites all over their hands, which is a bit frustrating. Yeah, so it's kind of funny. You don't see the sandflies and mosquitoes on camera, do you? But yeah, pretty neat place to stay. Like, if we're gonna make the effort to come all the way up here, we might as well come up here and experience everything. Sorry, one last thing before we do the Nikau Palm walk. Thank you to all of you guys that take the time to comment and share these places with us. People like Shannon, if you're watching, hi Shannon. That, you know, send us pictures, tell us spots not to miss. Like the Nikau walk, we didn't know much about it, but then a bunch of people are saying you got to do it, you got to do it. So we really appreciate that. It kind of helps us know where to go and what to look at and what not to miss out on. So yeah, thank you. If you're one of those people that regularly comments, messages us, we really appreciate it. Well, pretty nice little walk, eh, Charles?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's cool to see this many palm trees in one location.
It's quite different to the other bushes we've been in, hey?
Yeah, it's a lot different to like native New Zealand bush, eh? It's kind of funny though, because all the native New Zealand bush is just under these palm trees, so it's quite neat, quite interesting. The walk did say 40 minutes, and then it said 20 minutes, so I'm not sure. I think it's all over now, but yeah, nice little way to spend the afternoon. Well, I'm an idiot. Nikau are native to New Zealand, so it's a native palm tree and native bush. So yeah, I'm thinking like palm trees, you think of LA or, you know, somewhere warm like that. But yeah, we just started walking down here just after I said, hey, it seems like a short walk. Some people told us that part of the track's flooded and we've got to go back the way we came. So it will be a 40-minute walk after all. All right, well, we're going to leave the video there. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it as always. We've just had a bit of news that's kind of flipped our travel plans on their head a bit. So everything we had planned for the next month, out the window. Some new plans have come up. We've got a bunch of driving ahead of us. Now we're going to share more about that in our live stream tomorrow. So if you're watching this on Friday night here in New Zealand, tomorrow afternoon, about 2 o'clock New Zealand Standard Time, we're having a live stream. We'll post the live stream afterwards, but huge change in our plans. You can see something out the window. Huge change in our plans. We're going to share more with you tomorrow in the live stream and answer any questions that you got like that. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you in the next video. Yeah.